bones will rattle, stairs will creak. Your outcome's looking pretty bleak. Thunder booms and lightning crashes, leaving boots filled with ashes. As we lay you down to rest, we read the pages of the Dead Man's Digest.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Dead Man's Digest, and we are back from the first weekend of Horror Nights. Travis has actually got another night under your belt. Oh, no, you didn't. You didn't go last night, right?
No, I didn't go last night. I went to a DVC party instead. But I went all 3 nights of the weekend. So
Nice.
Of course, the one night I don't go, it's like super dead. So
yeah, that's what I heard. It was like totally empty on Wednesday. So yeah.
I think it was 35-minute wait was the highest I saw, and that was for Stranger Things.
That's awesome.
Hunter went last night, and he said he got through all 10 houses, and they left by like 11:30.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, that was very different from our time there on Saturday night.
Barely made it through all the houses.
Exactly. Using Express, barely made it through everything, but this is a jam-packed year for sure. So yeah, let's get right on to the review. We'll start off with Academy of Villains. I think we should start off with the new show, Academy of Villains Cyberpunk. Now, Nina and I have only had one chance to watch the show. Were you able to see it more than once, Travis?
Yeah, I've only seen it twice, but I still don't fully know the show. I know the majority of it, but there's probably still things that I haven't fully remembered or whatever from watching it. I'm sure by the end of the run I'll have the show down.
Yeah, you'll know
more
the
than
dances.
I do now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this year, it being now in the Fear Factor stage, how did you guys feel about it being in that kind of environment versus out, in the middle of the park?
Well, first of all, I'll be a little bit negative here already. I think looking down on the dancers really takes away some of their movements. So the higher up you are in the stadium there, the less you can actually see them moving, because you don't see their feet and everything so much as the top part of their body. So they're making minimal movements at the top, and they're going crazy at the bottom. Now I've seen videos of it since.
Yeah, that's a good point that I didn't even really think about, to be honest with you. I knew something was different about it, but yeah, now that you say that, because you were, when they were on the stage right there, on the street at the end of Hollywood, you were getting, you were looking up to them.
You're
so
at foot level.
Yeah.
I mean, and that does say a lot, because there is something about where you place somebody, that how people see them. Like if you're looking up at somebody, it definitely, I don't know, it intensifies it for some reason. For some reason, when you're looking down on somebody, it's almost like, how the saying that they say, you're looking down on me or whatever.
Yeah.
You look up at royalty or whatnot. So.
And I thought the grittiness and the raw aspect of Academy of Villains that we really liked out in the street, I didn't get in this show. So overall, I enjoyed the show. I think the story and the concept of the show, I still am very confused, and I don't understand the message or what they're trying to come across. And then just like you said, that angle, we're about 45 degrees to the right from center line, and maybe 2/3 of the way, almost all the way to the top.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the worst seat I would think in the whole entire stadium.
No, there are some that are so bad that you can't see half the show, actually.
Yeah.
And then they have been seating people there.
I want to see one, last night probably would have been a good time to go and get a good lower center seat.
Definitely.
For that, because
and
I've seen stuff from the media event, photos from the media event, and there's people with super cool shots, because they're at eye level, or maybe just a tad bit higher than them right in the center, so they can isolate stuff better. So,
definitely. Yeah, taking pictures down on people is never comes out good.
No.
Like that. So yeah, it really gives it a weird angle, and like you said, you have to be right down there in the front. So if you do plan on taking photos of the show,
better get there early.
Really, if you want to get your best view of it, get there early, so you get seated towards the front middle section.
Which I don't think it's going to be as hard as Bill and Ted was to get that type of stuff. I think if you show up 20, 30 minutes before the show, I guess they start seating then. If you show up maybe like an hour before the show and be like one of the first people in the line, you'll get
that good seat,
you should be able to get a good seat. But yeah, I do agree with you that there is some kind of convoluted parts to it.
Like with a disconnect.
I think it's like a good versus bad type thing, and maybe it doesn't translate as well because it doesn't. They try to explain it a little bit with the video, but there's just it's there. I just don't think they explain it enough. But I mean, I feel like they're doing as good as they can in that stage. Like, it's just a totally different vibe. I think if they stay there for a couple more years, we'll maybe get used to them in that stage. So,
agreed, yeah.
But I think I would definitely like to see him go back to it how it was. I know it's probably like a logistics nightmare being in that location, but maybe in a different spot or something to set up the stage like that, so that you're on your feet when you're watching the show. I think that makes a big difference too, because you want to groove along to it a little bit, and if you attempt to groove at all in the Fear Factor Stadium, you're going to touch 30 other people.
And poor Travis is there trying to record the show on his camera, like get video footage, and I'm here trying to dance because the music was pretty good, and we had a few drinks or two, so I'm trying to dance and he's trying to take a video. I wasn't helping.
It's still a very high energy show. It's still a fun show. I just think that the feel of it is a bit off with it being in that Fear Factor stage.
It's a new Academy of Villains.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's anything else to say about it. I mean, obviously, go and watch it. We don't want to we could go more into details, but we don't really want to spoil the show for you. I'm sure we'll be spoiling the houses a bit, but go see Academy of Villains because they always do a good job. So go see them.
Love.
Yeah, they definitely need that support. And like I said, if you get there early enough to get a good seat, you're gonna have an awesome show. And even from where we were sitting, it was still really cool. They have a lot of cool effects. We didn't even talk about that, but they use the screen and lasers and all kinds of fun stuff. So.
Yeah,
and their show tends to evolve through the event as well,
right?
And things will change and get better, and they'll tune things up. So, definitely, if you're going, hit it up. All right, and then let's move on to scare zones. Now, Travis, you're going to be the main voice on this one, I think, because while Nina and I had one night to go through, we were running through the zones basically. Yeah,
just a side note. I know this is just like an overall kind of statement, but we got there, we did the Stayed and Screamin' Finnegans, us three, and I mean, we pedal to the metal. Like the second they released us, we were using Express. Like we didn't even use the Stay and Scream. We immediately went right into Express, and we did all 10 houses. We vaguely, went through all the scare zones. We only rode I always say Fear Factor for the love of it's Fast and Furious. So we rode that, which was a walk
just to see how bad it was.
Exactly. And we had one stop for some pizza fries and maybe one potty break, and we were walking out in the show. Yep. And it was we weren't able to.
I think you guys.
We were like,
I think you guys walked out at 12:45, 12:50. Yeah. And the thing ended at 1. So we went right down to the wire there.
So our opinions on these scare zones might be, not. I wish we can get kind of.
I wish we had more time.
Time, exactly.
With everything, of course. Yeah.
And I'm still a little bit haven't. To be honest with you, I've walked through the scare zones, but I haven't really spent any exclusive time there. I mean, I think. We'll get into it. Cool. We want to just start it off with the one I have the most experience with, obviously, which is my favorite right now, which would be Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, I thought you were going to say The Harvest. Oh, no.
I knew it. I knew this one was going to be
Killer Clowns. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say about this, man? It's such a fun zone, and it doesn't, as small as it is, it doesn't feel small because, well, I guess it does kind of feel small, but not in the way that you would think. It feels small because there's a lot of big clowns around you, and you just got like really cool lighting in there. The fog effects are really good. I mean, the interaction with the clowns, obviously they don't talk, but they have little ray guns, the cotton candy ray guns and stuff like that. And I've seen videos from people from last night where the clowns were in there with the ray gun like up to their mouth, like singing to the song. Oh, so they're being real goofy in this scare zone, and It's a fun. I took a little bit of video. I did like a 1-minute clip on YouTube. I'll send you the link. But it's pretty cool.
We'll get that on.
It's a small zone, but it's Oh yeah, I forgot. I should put it on there. I don't know why haven't done that, but I'll do it after this. Yeah, it's just a fun scare zone. I mean, it's the costumes are top notch. They're
Those
on point.
masks.
They look exactly like the movie. They'll stop and take pictures with you, which I guess is a good thing or a bad thing. It's not like they can really scare, so I guess you kind of figured that this was going to be a photo selfie zone. So yeah, I really love this one. This is my favorite one right now. So you guys got to hang out in this one probably the most too, right?
Yeah, we spent the most time here.
Yeah, definitely. This scare zone is really cool. I thought where it was in the corner was going to make it a really small one, but like you said, when you're in there, it feels big enough. You know, they have enough room to move around, and they kind of like push the constraints of the zone a little bit. Like the clowns are walking around, so some of them, you know, go out a little bit farther than the zone is like cut out for exactly.
Other thing I forgot to mention is they do some really cool map projections on the building behind them, which is pretty much the other side of Sting Alley, not the New York side, but the waterfront side. And they do like little shadow puppets and stuff like that, which is really cool. It's another little extra touch for that zone.
Yeah,
that I think was cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then we'll talk about next real quick, because there is not much of anything. Is the Harvest, and that's your walk in, your first scare zone that you're going to see. They did have like little stands up that you know talked about each house in the event. I was expecting scare actors that had to do with that house, but they did not do that at all. They had these like little mobile bales of hay, like people dressed up like hay, and then these like really big like jack-o'-lantern scarecrow looking things.
Yeah, those are pretty cool. The big stilt walker guys that light up and stuff like that. They seem to have a lot of those this year, and they're really cool. Yeah,
that's going to be awesome for pictures, because those things look incredible in pictures and video. Very, very.
And
cool.
I do think I will say one thing though about the Harvest Zone, because while I don't really fully understand it, I mean, I guess it's kind of supposed to be like scarecrows or whatever. I know they kind of mentioned the barn thing. It never really made sense to me from the beginning.
Yeah.
But this zone this year, there's not a whole lot of active scaring in the scare zones this year for some reason.
Yeah.
And I feel like this one is actually the most active scare zone. Like they're getting the most scares here because, you know, they can hide pretty well in that zone, and they're getting legit scares. Like obviously the killer clowns can't scare. There's really only like 2, maybe 3 zones sometimes scaring out of 5. So I think this one probably has the most people doing the most work to get scares out of it.
Yeah, people aren't really stopping for selfies with the bales of hay, so pretty much.
Exactly.
So yeah, what did you think?
Harvest, I think it caters to the people who aren't super fans like us. Again, I work in a doctor's office full of women who are interested in Horror Nights, are going with their families, but they have no idea they just know it's Stranger Things. And I'm like, okay, but this is a nice way for people that aren't, familiar with the whole event, that are still excited to go. It gives them a little preview and gets them hyped while they're there.
Crazy people that just like walk in.
I know. Why aren't you listening to a million podcasts and watching a million videos like everybody else?
Yeah, so this is always the one that's probably going to be the weakest on people's, because it's just kind of a pain in the ass when you're trying to go through the front of the park and you're being scared right off the rip. Like I don't think people really like that,
it's
but
like a speed bump.
I mean, it is what it is. It's always the same stuff. People always, every year, this is their least favorite. I don't know what it is. I think it's because people are just trying to get into the parks and get to their first house, and then you got somebody jumping at you right there in the middle, and it's kind of congested in that area because there's always a lot of people in that area for some reason, because it's the main vein into the park. So it's always going to have those issues.
and you've got the big houses all right there down the line, so it's right there.
Exactly.
So, and because of that, they have to keep the aisles pretty open. They can't really theme it out too well. We have in the past had like the big steampunk machines in the middle and everything, and I think that really slowed traffic down at entrance, so they kind of stopped doing that. Let's stroll on down to Hollywood then and check out Revenge of Chucky, which I was pleasantly surprised with this zone. I didn't personally see Chucky himself while we were there.
For a second.
For a second. I do like the other characters they have. The monkey, the...
It's like a play on all the like board games.
Yeah, like it's like Toy Story Land, but like gone way wrong.
Yeah,
it's like Sid's backyard, basically.
Yeah, this one I don't 100% know how to feel about this one. It's okay, I guess. The Chucky leaves a little bit to be desired. I thought he was going to be a little bit more brutal with his kind of roasts or whatever he does, but it's kind of very PG, and he kind of just says the same things like, oh geez, oh god, like he tries to roast people, but it's in a very like lame way. So I don't know. I feel like maybe if they adjusted that and made him a little bit more brutal, it would be a little bit better.
This is a family-friendly horror.
This is a 13 and up. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that Scare Zone, like those little stands, like you said, with a monkey in a barrel, and then they had dead people sticking out of the barrel, and the monkey's gone crazy, and you had like things that would look like Raggedy Ann or the Chucky doll full size, and they had the Care Bear that didn't care so much. They all like Care Bears with different like skull and Unhappy Bear and Angry Bear.
Some of them look like the Garbage Pail Kids, like
yes,
two
that's
big ones,
the ones
big
I was talking
heads.
about. Yes. But it just felt like it was so spaced out. Like you had these little stages, and it's like a huge area for very small props. But I still enjoyed it.
I think it would have done well if they would have put kind of like how they did Vamp, where there's like a prop, maybe a big prop in the center or something. I mean, they even did that last year with whatever the heck that one was. I didn't really care for that one either. But it just feels too open, and it just feels like these characters are just roaming. It almost feels like a roaming horde almost with a stage with Chucky on it. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard to judge these scare zones right off the rip, because I think getting used to a scare zone is harder than getting used to a house.
Yeah, because you don't have.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, because you don't have your one set spot. You know, you have to like, work a whole
more
area.
Improv.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
unfortunately, the way it is now is just like so many people just stopping and taking selfies and everything like that. I think it's almost impossible to scare. Like, I think the only people I really saw scaring were the Harlequin clowns in the Simpsons area. Like, those are the only guys I saw like actually getting some real solid scares on some people.
Yeah, they always do. They always do a good job of that. They're always Yeah. I forgot about that roaming horde, and even the guys, the little roaming horde in San Francisco too, seem to be getting some scares. I think anytime you have a chainsaw, you're gonna get scares. That definitely helps with that. But yeah, those killer clowns always, well, not those killer clowns, but the other killer clowns always do a good job in that zone in Springfield. So
I think so. Yep, and then
so we'll see how this one goes up.
I think this is another one that'll like really develop over the season, and they'll really get into their characters, and I think it'll end up being really cool.
Yeah. So right next door to that one, its neighbor is this gigantic church, which leads you into Twisted Tradition. So this church that they threw up, where the Academy of Villains stage, they just threw it together. In a day. Yeah, they did. It's gorgeous.
Well,
it's huge.
Overnight, yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of like leads you into the Twisted Tradition scare zone. I feel like the pumpkins in the trees, if you remember them from the other years, just multiply times 10. There's so many. It's just the pumpkin scare zone. It should be actually called. And then rotting pumpkin scare zone.
Do you guys think there's more pumpkins in the trees than Trick or Treat?
I do.
I think so.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
Maybe I don't remember.
No, it really seemed like there was like double the amount.
Yeah, there might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the characters walking around, those masks were insane. So it's basically rotting pumpkins with black floating bodies, like they're floating.
Yeah, and you can see like the guts and the seeds.
Yeah, and their eyeballs were little seeds.
What about the the pumpkin guy with the human teeth, and he's like
Yes.
smiling.
Oh, yeah.
Then he lights up, and then if you look, I was looking through my photos, and I looked at it, and his eyes are actually just like two little olives.
I
So was
saw
like,
that. I'm like, is that what it really is? Yes, I saw it on Facebook. And then they
But yeah,
had...
it's
just,
that weird,
ugh.
creepy, uncanny valley thing where they put human teeth into a pumpkin. It's almost like, are they trying to make it seem like these were people at one time that turned into pumpkins and now they're starting to rot?
I don't even
'Cause,
care. It's so
they
creepy.
kind of do have human features, but yeah, this
Yeah.
scare zone is a lot cooler than I thought it would be. I think this one's almost just as cool as Trick or Treat was last year to me, at least to me.
It
anyways.
has a strong trick or treat vibe to it, at least too.
Yeah.
Because also in there are the like little kid trick or treaters.
It's like a different
but look
version
like
of the
old
bag.
timies, like 1930 looking trick or treat kids as well. So
Yeah,
I don't
they
remember
have
them.
the one that has like the bag on her head, which looks a lot like the one from Trick or Treat, and then
Oh,
they have
yes.
the kind of Dracula, the little guy with the Dracula mask on, which is very similar to the one from Trick or Treat.
Yeah,
so
very old school.
yeah, they do have very, very similar vibes. Maybe you say this is Trick or Treat in like an Amish town in like the
Yes.
30s
Yes.
or something like that.
oh yeah, and we'll say this is Cary, Ohio too, by the way, which is a very famous town that we just found out actually on on the Tim Tracker video that
It's an actual
it's
place.
Laura Wallace. Yeah, Laura Wallace, the show
town?
director who does the scare zones at Horror Nights. She grew up there. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, she likes to throw that reference in there, and it's really cool. The sign, the busted open pumpkin with the like the woman's corpse.
That's what I was gonna say. Did you
Oh,
catch
yeah.
that right
Oh,
there
yeah.
behind the sign?
Yeah, I think that was
There's a dead person.
A
That's
Darren
why it was
Criss
covered up.
Fiberglass original. That's an amazing piece of work there. So.
Yes.
Now we know why it was covered up
Yeah.
during the day.
Yeah, definitely not
Yeah.
not for the kiddies. That's for sure. So yeah, that all in all, if you've been over there into Central Park,
It's
in the
dark
scare
and
zone,
foggy.
You've been there. You know what you're getting pretty much. So
But
Yeah,
but more.
I was impressed with this zone.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't really care for the Central Park scare zones, but Trick or Treat last year and this one, maybe I just love pumpkins. So
Me too.
maybe that I like it. They're just so cool.
definitely. And then moving on to the last scare zone and the most anticipated one, I'm pretty sure from everybody, was Vamp 85.
Bam, bam, bam.
And
That's my sound effect.
I gotta say, like, I've seen some cool videos and stuff from here, like a lot of interesting things happening. When we went through, it was real dead.
But we didn't even actually get to walk through the entire one because of how we mapped out the night. But
I'll be honest with you. I haven't spent a whole crap ton of time in this zone, but it's from what I've seen with my own eyes. I'm not super impressed with it.
I'm underwhelmed.
I think this zone or this area is a little bit too. I don't know if it's just too big for this zone, or if they're missing a prop or two, or if they're missing scare actors. It would just something is always off every time I go through there. Just like you guys said, it just seems dead, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I think maybe I need to spend more time in it because everybody else that I've talked to loves the scares, and I'm like, I just don't. I actually got into an argument with Kenny today about it. He was like, "It's awesome." I'm like, I can't agree with you, man. I don't really see what you're seeing in this zone.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just not spending enough time in it. But yeah, it just seemed dead every time I went through there.
We saw it when the sun was still up and when the sun was down, and we never got to see the ball drop or anything, or see the news reporter with the cameraman and the.
Yeah, we did see the DJ. He was walking around a little bit, but then he's like, he can only say so much. He's got a mic, and he's just walking around like, yeah, having a good time tonight. Yeah. It's 1984, going to be 1985. All right.
Yeah.
like that was pretty much what he was saying for the most part.
I feel like this one may be a product of its own demise, because I feel like they're maybe trying to capture lightning in a bottle for a second time, and it's not quite working out as well as it did the first time, because
That's a nice
it was
way to put it.
more organic than this time.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to be negative about it, but that's just how I'm seeing it right now. Like, this is another scare zone that, 2 weeks from now, when I spend more time in it, it can become my favorite scare zone. You never know. That's what's good about early on in the event, and then as you progress through the event, obviously people know their spots. They may add more scare actors because they're seeing that, some people might be saying that it's dead or whatnot. So you never know what can happen with these zones.
They can recast easily.
Well, at Vamp 55 too. At that particular time, like, it didn't start off as this crazy thing. Like, the fans kind of made it that way, and then as the fans like supported the scare actors and everything in that area by keeping coming back and having like Shelby Denham, the artist that does Horror Night stuff, start drawing them and everything like that, it gave them like this confidence that like vampires really exude anyways. So when you walk through there, they were just like, cocky, full of themselves, but it was like in the best way. Yeah. And they knew their parts. They worked really hard. I know those guys worked really hard on making little skits together and doing things and setting stuff up in that scare zone together. It really became like a family thing for them. And and I think as long as they do that over at Vamp 85 and develop over the season, they can really capture that, at least some of that essence again. But they just can't come out right now thinking like that
it's the same thing as it was that they built it up to with 55.
They're going to have to work for it.
Our love.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to earn the cred. Even if it's the same people, you know what I mean? It's like an actor in a role. Just because they had a good movie a year ago doesn't necessarily mean the movie will be good the next year, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think I want them to get better. I want them to be just as awesome as 55, if not better. So I mean, I think it definitely has the potential to do so. Let me also just say Vampire Prince.
Oh yeah, Vampire Prince.
Vampire Michael Jackson is in there. What's funny is sometimes they totally cast him way off, and he's this giant like 6'2" guy.
I was gonna say like a little heavy set a little bit, and I'm like, whoa, you've been busy.
The thing about it is that's if you read it, it's not supposed to be them per se. It's supposed to be people at a Halloween party dressed up like them.
And then they got
bit. That's why you get different variations of them.
Oh, gotcha. Well, the Prince guy
at least
is
that's what I
on.
heard it was supposed to be.
Yeah, the guy that is Prince is Prince all the way. I'm pretty sure they just Prince actually became a vampire, and now he works at Horror Nights.
We gotta get Vamp 2005 so we can have Destiny's Child walking around.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely. All in all, the scare zones, I'm gonna say, opening weekend, I can't really judge them 100%. I think
they're definitely miles better than they were last year. At least to me, I think this year's scare zones are way better than last year.
Yeah,
they're beautiful.
They're solid. If they can, and if you're able to, if you're a scare actor and you're listening, if you're able to scare, please. No matter how much people don't get into it as much, there's going to be some people that appreciate it. So,
right.
Yeah, I definitely want to see more of that out on the streets.
Definitely.
For sure. And now let's move on to the main event of the evening, and that's the houses.
Yay!
So, I'm going to go back and forth on these a little bit.
Where to speak?
I don't want to go like with all the IPs first or anything. So, let's start off with the best house probably of the entire event, the Horrors of Blumhouse, folks.
Are you crazy? I'll take this one.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll take this one because Happy Death Day, I really enjoyed that movie, and it's just as I thought it would. Like, the movie makes you feel like just overwhelmed and just annoyed that you're having to live the day again and again with her. So it did that in the house. It's the same set. It's that college dorm that she wakes up in. And if you notice, like, the little things, I noticed on her cell phone, it said Dad was calling. I thought it would have been nice if it had the same song like it did in the movie. But anyways, it was a college dorm over and over and over again. And the only scary thing in the entire movie is that baby mask. It's like an actual man with a baby mask that kills her and she comes to life every day. That's the only scare we got.
Yeah,
he would just pop out of the corner.
And usually out of the same door scary. Every time.
Yeah.
So that was like the first half. I would say it was pretty even. I would say half Happy Death Day and the other half First Purge.
Yeah, I think Happy Death Day had a couple more scenes because they had like the what was it? They had like the school hallway
So I remember that.
Yeah, and then they had like a parking deck kind of thing too. Like
it was the parking garage.
Yeah.
Oh, and they did have that cupcake. I know we saw that.
I will say, personally, this is the worst house this year for me. It doesn't even hold a candle to last year's house.
Yeah, that's
but it's well, I mean, I actually liked Blumhouse last year, but that's a different time. To me, I didn't really like the movie at all. I didn't, and so that's obviously going to correlate to. Well, I can't necessarily say that because there's another house here that I didn't like the movie, but I liked the house. So, but the one redeeming thing that I will say about this, I think the sets are pretty decent. Mm-hmm. I feel like they're pretty simple sets to do because majority of them are just the bedroom repeated. Mm-hmm. I don't really understand. Everybody's saying, "What did you think you were gonna get?" That's the movie going through the same, but that doesn't necessarily mean. Like, to me, they took more of an artistic approach to. They should have done something like they did with Exorcist, where you weren't entering the room in the same spot every time. The scare wasn't coming at you from the same spot, which sometimes it seems like it came like behind you. So I'm like, I don't really get that scare. I mean, I wasn't impressed with the Purge stuff.
Yeah, look, the babyface guy is like, as you're walking by him, is like the only time
and he's not
got
scary
a chance.
to me at all.
No. And it's
he's not scary.
Your standard guy with a knife, and he does the same Michael Myers move that all the Michael Myers. Oh, I'm jumping ahead. Do
yeah.
It's that put your chest out, swing the knife up over your head, and then walk back into the shadows again.
Shing.
Yeah, it's just a guy in a hoodie and black jeans with a baby mask on. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, what's so scary about Michael Myers?" I mean, maybe because he kind of, I don't know. Michael Myers had like a humanistic. Yeah, he was a big dude, and just the way he moved, he was. I don't know. And then he had the creepy William Shatner mask. So it's always kind of weird when you have like a feature. I know and I don't look at a baby mask and think that that's scary. I want to laugh at that. That's not scary to me. I don't know. This house, it's not the worst house I've ever been through. I'll go ahead and say that now because I know this house is getting a lot of hate, which majority is coming from me. But I don't know. It's just not for me. I didn't like Happy Death Day. I'm not a Purge fan. And I think that I don't think the Purge was well done at all in this.
No.
If there was any redeeming quality, it's Happy Death Day, just because the sets that you see were decent for what they were.
Really surprising for the like a pop-up tent, the Men in Black pop-up tent being in there. It was surprising how like fleshed out those sets were, especially that, like I said, that like the hallway and the parking garage area. Looked legit. Like that's pretty surprising that those were in housing. So I'll give you that for the redeeming quality. The first Purge, we haven't seen the movie yet, and we still understand nothing about it from that house. So what is your take on this being a Purge fan? Because I know you're a pretty big Purge fan. So yeah, and this didn't have that same even kind of vibe that the other like Purge houses and scare zones did. Where the reason I like them and the reason I like them in Horror Nights is they're kind of like the most believable to me. They're like real life human people, and like you can't really tell who's who like right off the bat. So even when you're walking in the scare zone back in the day, like you don't know if you're walking past a scare actor or somebody else, like just a regular person. So you're kind of like looking over your shoulder all the time. And this one, like the outfits and everything were just so far fetched. Like there's that one that's in like the plastic bodysuit thing with like a port around the mouth. Is that a human?
Yeah, those are all from the movie, dude.
It looks like a weird alien thing. Like,
now you'll see why the movie is crap, man. These are I'm pretty sure they took them from the actual movie.
Yeah, and the movie was obviously very politically charged, and Universal was very scared to do anything like that, so they didn't put any of the politics in the house.
Political and racially charged.
Yeah, and so they didn't put any of that in there, so they're not going to take that kind of a risk. We know that for sure.
Right.
So yeah, that was what it was. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all we can say about Blumhouse.
It's pretty simple. It's I mean, if you like Happy Death Day, go through it, but you know, don't go in there expecting too much as far as scares. You know, if you like Happy Death Day, you'll probably see some sets 4 or 5 different times, the same one over and over. If you like that, then you'll like this house.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's move on to the next house, and this one for me was actually the biggest surprise of the event. This was at the very bottom of my most anticipated list, and it ended up being pretty high up on my list after we were done, and that's Dead Exposure Patient Zero.
Yes,
they did a really good job with this one.
I think that this is the scariest house this year. Some people might argue with me and say Poltergeist, but I definitely think, for me personally, I think that this one's the scariest this year, because it's very disorienting. You can't really see much of where you're going, so you get these strobes, and you know they're not like a consistent. They're very kind of like spaced out, and you can't really get a gauge for what they're doing. Yeah. So you could have a person, you know, you could be looking 30, and they also do a lot of weird mirror tricks in this one too. So you can have somebody 30 feet or look 30 feet away from you, and then the strobe will flash and they'll be right in your damn face. Yeah. So it's that's what's scary to me. Not knowing where you're going is scary in a haunted house for me. I think that's one of the scariest aspects of a haunted house.
Yeah, and this one had a real really cool effect where, you know, those like the carts where they have like a bunch of mannequins on them that move backwards and forwards, like they used it in Walking Dead. Yeah. Well, they had one that just had 2 mannequins and then a guy in the middle. It looked like 3 mannequins, but the guy in the middle was actually a scare actor.
Pushing it, yeah.
And he would stand like on it with one foot, so he looks like he's gliding with the rest of them. Yeah. And then when you get up to the front, he'd jump off of it and then come forward. Yeah. And it was just it's so simple, but it was such a cool effect.
And it's very disorienting because you've got the strobe going off, so you're trying to like look, and you're like, is that real or whatnot? And then he jumps out at you. It's almost looking at a movie or something in the wrong frame rate. You know how it jumps, very sudden, and you can't always get all the information. So
and this one actually
crazy.
It had a cool story for the flashes, and that was because this all took place in France, so it had like some sections of catacombs where they had like the glowing skulls and stuff. That was really cool.
And coming into it, it's kind of cool going into a house where you don't understand what it's saying. Cause it's
like there's like a warning, like a health organization warning in French happening, and
it's in French and Italian.
Yeah, that's what I heard the tour guide say.
Yeah, and
that's why it sounded like Spanish to you, Travis.
And the thing is they tell you they're spraying you with a vaccine, so you're not going to become infected like everybody else that's in there, but that vaccine temporarily blinds you. So that's why the flashes of light are happening, and that's why you can't see everything so
It's so much cooler with the story.
Like, it's really comprehensive. They put it together pretty well. Yeah. As you're walking in, you're not going to get that story. That's something you get off the VIP and RIP tours.
So the original Dead Exposure was a different story, though. It was photographer, so it was camera flashes, right? In the first one?
Yeah, exactly.
So, that makes
they went off
sense.
Like the Dead Rising kind of thing, like Frank West, war journalist, photographer, dropped into like a zombie situation, and, you know, is getting what he gets at, like, in the pitch black just with his camera flash. Which, like I told you, that was like there wasn't much to that house or anything. The sets weren't detailed or anything. This one, the sets aren't detailed either, but they did really cool paint effects, and like it was effective. It was awesome. They did everything from the first house right this time, I think.
Yeah. It was such a beautiful house. We left that house cheering. Like, that was one of the houses I remember us three like, oh my God, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the houses in a good way that you just want to get the hell out of, because it's like I can't see. I'm just
overwhelmed, right? That's the word.
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed and freaked out right now. There's too many people in my face. And then I will talk about one cool scene that I really liked, where they mess with your depth perception, is the subway scene, where you're going through. It looks like a subway car, and all the flashes going off around you, and there's a guy right in front of you, but he looks farther away, but he's actually a lot closer than it's some kind of weird mirror trick that they do. So I thought that was
cool. And they had the music, like the sound going. It sounded like clink, 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 clink. Like you're on it. You're rolling in the subway. It's awesome.
Yeah, Yeah,
and then there's wind going all on in there and everything.
Yes.
It's a very chaotic scene, but I really like it.
Yeah, that house is great, and it was a great surprise for sure. Well, let's move on, since you talked about it, to a more anticipated one, and that is Poltergeist.
Yes.
Bum, bum, bum.
So
They're here.
yeah, I would call this one of the big two. Stranger Things and Poltergeist were probably like the big two things that were happening this year, and I don't think they disappointed at all with Poltergeist.
No.
I didn't have any idea of how you were going to walk into the house, because most of the exterior scenes take place during the day when it's like relatively nice out. So I had no idea how they were going to do it, but they walk you in through the mud pool of bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Through the freaking swimming pool. Like caskets with bones hanging out everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
This might be one of the darkest first scenes I've ever walked through. You can't see much of anything until there's a freaking skeleton, a body right in your face.
Yeah.
Scaring the crap out of you popping out of a coffin. It's...
yeah. And then you
you
can see the tree, and you can see the house above it. They do a great perspective trick on there to make it look way above you. It's awesome set.
You have Craig T. Nelson screaming at you, "You son of a bee!
Yeah.
you only moved the headstones. You didn't move the bodies."
Yep.
Yeah. Which is pretty crazy coming in, where you got somebody coming in, he's already cussing at you, which is pretty ballsy for it. But I like it.
Here.
Yeah, and they didn't shy away from like using like their actors' likenesses, and they didn't shy away from that in any of the houses this year. Yeah. Actually, usually where we get like some generic characters or something like that, we got the actual characters. So you had the little brother fighting with the clown.
Oh,
that
creepy as heck.
Yeah.
The tree coming through the room.
Yes, the tree coming through.
And what I really liked is something that you don't do in the movie is that you actually go, to hell or wherever she goes
into the light.
The light, yeah.
Away from the light. She goes away from the light.
But you actually go there, so you're pulled in there. And I said,
it's such a.
Can I say? Am I allowed to say it? I was like,
what?
Like it was like a weird tunnel. It was weird.
Yeah, you can. I mean, we're spoiling stuff, so I mean.
Oh no!
No,
I think she's getting dirty there.
Sorry, it's just not like it's a weird.
It's ripped up skin. Oh gosh!
I'm not making it gross.
You are. Because,
it's like a birth canal.
Because it's not.
Okay?
It's really not.
I said it.
I don't think so. I personally don't think so, because it's like it's big open areas and stuff like that. It's not like you're walking through a little tunnel.
No, it's not claustrophobic. But I work in medicine. Okay, is the first thing I thought.
All right, whatever.
It was okay.
Okay, I thought it was a great representation.
No, it was awesome. Like you it's like the part where they tie him and they throw him in there to go save her. You are actually going through to away from the light, and then who meets you at the end of the tunnel? That big ass scary skeleton thing.
Oh yeah.
Thing's
I
terrifying.
will say that this house is definitely a lot scarier than the movie, which is crazy because this movie is only rated PG, right?
What?
So
I'd say the house is too, to be honest. There's zero gore.
Yeah, but there's a lot of scares in this house. There's no gore, but I love all the scares. There's a lot of cool big puppets in here and stilt walkers, and it's got pretty much every single scare you can think of in one house. And like you guys were saying, the characters the likeness of them are very cool. They're very spot on. Especially what's her name? The
one that says
Zelda
clean.
Rubinstein.
Oh yeah.
This house is clear.
Yeah, I love everything about this house.
So do I.
There's too much to say and not enough time to say it.
Yeah.
Plus, we don't want to give too much away for it. You got to go.
Of course.
House.
Yeah,
and we'll do more shows.
Yeah, exactly. And we're already hitting about 40 minutes here. So.
And what hurts the most is that we, as of right now, we don't have any kind of date set to go back.
Yeah, I don't.
Breaks my heart. Yeah. Houses like that make me. I want to go back.
Never know. Maybe you'll win the lottery before then.
No, I tried winning some tickets this morning on the radio, and I was not caller 13. I'm trying now.
They still do that?
Yes, they do.
All right. Next up, let's talk about Seeds of Extinction.
Oh, I thought you.
And you guys are going to have to really give the play-by-play on this one because, as soon as I walked into this house, I was poked in the eye.
Oh my gosh, you were injured.
And I was blinded throughout the house that has all the cool references and everything like that.
So this house is in the new building out back.
No, I thought Trick or Treat was.
No, Trick or Treat's in the normal building. This is where Seeds of Extinction was in the new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Trick or Treat's in the old building.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Are you talking about Slaughter Cinema?
No, we're talking about Seeds.
Oh, okay.
No, Seeds had some cool references in there too.
I thought you got poked in the eye in Slaughter Cinema.
No, it was in Seeds, right?
Oh.
Right at the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, it's Seeds because Slaughter was like your most anticipated.
It was their viney arm that reached out of that thing and poked me right in the eye.
Yeah, this. All right, so this one,
trees.
You guys remember that house last year called the Scarecrow the Reaping?
Yeah.
Did it seem like they might have used a lot of those sets and put some leaves on them?
I liked it. I enjoyed this house, but I can't really pinpoint any actual scenes for whatever reason. I'm gonna have to watch this on YouTube.
I hear some people saying that about Scarecrow, but to me, I don't know if I necessarily see that. I guess it kind of has a lot of like hidden scares, or some people say they're not so hidden. But yeah, I enjoy this house, but to be honest, it's hard. It's very hard to actually describe what is going on in this. It's very like post-apocalyptic, like a lot of I don't know, just chaos and vines.
Wait, they did have a projection kind of explaining what was going on, that the CO2 levels rose and that plants were overtaking. So, and there was only like enough oxygen for us to survive in this. So it was like
but that doesn't really explain much about the actual experience of going through the house. It's I don't know. Yeah, it's very hard to describe. It's
vines.
It's a lot of people in like ghillie suits with like hidden scares, and there's a lot of wind and rain, and I don't know. I can't really describe this one, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a good one, but you just have to go through it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And look for the Lightning Gulch references.
Oh yeah.
My gold in the cups. Those cups aren't going to make it all the way through this season, I'm pretty sure. Someone's going to grab one of those things somehow. I think they're going to cement it in, but
I think you're supposed to be going through like a mall or something in Arizona, because there's in one of the rooms there's like a hat rack. I think it's supposed to be like a convenience store or a gas station or something. I do remember this. Mm-hmm. And it says like Arizona, or thank you for visiting Arizona. It's like a trucker hat. Yeah. And it got like stacks of cigarettes and stuff behind it. It's just like a very post-apocalyptic kind of grown over alien species plants. It's hard to describe. So you just have to go through it.
Yeah.
it's I think it's good.
Yeah.
Plants.
Yeah. It's solid, I would say.
It's plants.
It is plants.
It's
indeed.
plants.
All right, let's talk about Trick or Treat here now.
Yay!
I'm going to bum you all out.
Why you be a haterade?
I think I might feel the same way you do.
All right, so they took the coolest parts of the scare zone and they put those in there, and then just the rest of it felt kind of disjointed to me.
It did.
I was happy to see my American Werewolf.
Yeah.
It was nice to see him in there. I want to see them reuse that every year somehow, some way.
That's definitely the one from 24, though, right? The one that's a little bit off.
Yeah.
Remember how they redid them for 25 with the actual molds? I don't think that they would be able to use that in that house, because you would think that that's kind of like they would consider that kind of a set prop, since they build it out of the actual molds of and I'm assuming that's kind of proprietary.
Yeah, you can just reskin them, or like make a small change to it or whatever.
Well, they probably have the. As I was saying, is they probably still have the ones from 24, which were what they guessed what they kind of look like. They tried to get them real close to have the X mold. Yeah, but
because those are skins on a rig, which we found out because in another house they reused one of the rigged bears from 25 years as a lion.
Scary.
Or a tiger, actually. But no, we're talking about Trick or Treat here.
Yep. So the movie is disjointed in itself. Doesn't mean it needed to be that disjointed, but I know what you're talking about. Like one part you're,
To me, this one just lacks. This one just lacks scares to me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Sams, but there's some scenes where you're going through the neighborhood and there's like clotheslines outside, or I guess it's not clotheslines. I guess it's like the ghost things that they had in the scare zone. So that makes more sense. And he's kind of hidden behind that, so his scares like kind of only just pops out for a second and then jumps back, and you kind of miss the scare. You're like, did that sheet just move? So, like, at least to me, I think the sets are good. Their sets are cool. The inside portion was very hot. I feel bad for those scare actors in there because it was like probably like 100. Felt like it was like 90 to 100 degrees in there at like 12 o'clock at night. I don't know if the ACs busted in there or whatnot, but I think I think the sets are good, but the scares leave a lot to be desired. And like I said, I think to me personally, I think the back half of this house is better than the front. I mean, maybe not facades wise, but I think the sets, the little sets like with the sunken bus and everything, is a lot cooler.
Yeah, that is one part that was cool, seeing the bus, and the fact that they showed it like before the crash and the singing after.
Yeah, there's two buses.
Yeah,
and they had the mirrors on the floor, made it look like water.
Yeah, they do
down
that.
at the
really
bottom.
Cool
it's like on the water. And it's all, like half down in there in the mud. It's awesome.
Yeah, so
pretty house, disjointed. More characters needed.
And I think they needed to like really do a lot more than they did in the scare zone, and I feel like they did about the same.
There was also a lot of static Sams in there. I don't know if they're going to eventually switch those out for scare actors. There was at the first facade, if you looked all the way to your left, like straight ahead, there was one Sam there, and then at the top of the stairs there wasn't a scare actor. I'm hearing that some people get a scare actor in that. I don't know if that's actually true. I haven't seen it. I think I've been through it 2 or 3 different times, and then the one at the very end I feel like shouldn't be like a static figure. I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense to me. I feel like it'd be easy to put a scare actor in there.
Yep.
But
yeah. So all in all, it's kind of what I expected, but I was slightly underwhelmed by it. I'll say.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move swiftly along to Carnival Graveyard. Rust in Pieces.
Oh, I love this house. I really like this house.
I thought it was cool. I thought the sets were cool. I did not like the scare actors. I thought they were kind of cheesy.
They were a little cheesy, but
they're also very spaced out too. I think the scares aren't. I don't know. I feel like this is another one that they could add scare actors into this house and make it better. I just think that this house would be better if there was more like relentless scares where you're being scared all over the place, because there's so much space that I feel is left. You're kind of. I mean, while the props are cool because it's all like kind of homages to the past, I feel like you're just kind of like looking at a bunch of garbage almost.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
And a couple of those things are like the sign from Run. They had a couple of like Jack the Clown references, just like paintings that looked like him and things like that. Yeah. They had a couple of really neat references in there. And like I said, the sets were really cool and comprehensive, like those junk piles there. Universal's good at that. Their crew is good at like piling up junk to make it look nice and aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, the scare actors, I think they were too far apart and were just like a little too jokey, and like I did not feel threatened by any of them. They all seemed like
I thought
goofy guys.
I thought that this house was going to be a lot scarier than it is. And it's also, I think the big detriment to it to me right now is I think it's too light. There's too much light in this house. They need to darken this house. I think you're seeing too much stuff. I don't know if they did that on purpose or if they're just kind of doing like a testing of it, but this is one of the houses that I think would be so much better if it was like darker. Something like 25 Years was, where it was on the lighter side. You could still see all the detail, but the way they light it is darker.
Yeah.
So,
I think they definitely need to do that. It was a
really
bright house.
I think that this one is definitely, I think I have it like maybe 6 right now on my rankings. I think that this one can move up if they improve a couple little things.
All right. Okay. All right.
Luna gave her opinion. She says one woof.
Yeah. Next, let's talk about Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Not bad.
Yeah.
Surprisingly not bad.
I was pleasantly surprised with this, because this is another one that I don't... this is the one that I was talking about earlier, we will talk about later. I don't like this movie at all. I think this movie is incredibly cheesy. I think it's pretty much garbage. Like, the mask is horrible. But this is actually one house that I actually like better than I liked the movie. And, I mean, I think this one suffers a little bit from the black curtain syndrome in some spots. But I think that this might be a product of its environment, being in the Shrek theater.
Yeah.
So you know how they always have those weird like hallways and stuff that they have to do weird stuff with to block?
Yeah, like the actual operations
So I think
hallways.
that might be... Right. I think that this might be... Some of those scenes might be that reason for being all the black curtains or the weird sets or whatnot. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to give it a pass. I think anytime you have Michael Myers in a house, it's always good fun. I think that the scares are pretty good. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are hating on it, saying it's a very basic house, but I think that this one is my favorite Shrek house, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I think about.
Still gonna give the hat tip to Alice in that one. I really like the Alice.
I was gonna say Alice or even Krampus.
I wasn't a huge fan of that one.
But yeah, Halloween they did a solid job. I didn't see the movie. Sorry.
He fell asleep for real. I watched it.
You ain't missing anything,
yeah,
dude.
Exactly.
There's a reason you fell asleep.
But I knew some of the basic stuff, like how he was all bandaged up.
That's
and
what I was
everything
gonna say,
like
the bandage.
That. So it was cool seeing that referenced in there, and I did like how they used a couple of those operations hallways. They just like dressed them up and made them like hospital hallways.
Yeah,
they did a really good job of that, so that was pretty cool. It's got to be funny, like during the day when you're just working and you got to walk through the medical hallway to get to the operations part of the
right?
show. But yeah. I mean, there's not much more to say about it. It was solid. It's another Halloween house at Horror Nights, so.
Yeah,
a lot of reused props, but a lot of cool new stuff too.
I'm waiting for you to get to this house.
Where are we getting to? Scary Tales?
Yay! I love Scary Tales.
Yeah, Scary Tales, Deadly Ever After.
You know what's funny? I didn't really fall in love with it. I liked it when I was there, but the more we watch videos about it, I fall more and more in love. Once I see those little references and stuff that I missed that one and only time I got to go through it.
I'll be honest, this was one of the first ones we went through.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a little...
Finnegan's was nice to us.
You're a little bit seeing double vision?
Yeah. My friend Jameson kept putting his hands in front of my eyes.
How dare he?
He should have put his hand in front of your eyes when that guy in Seeds was poking you in the eye.
Yeah, right, man? Where was he then?
Would have helped you out.
Yeah, but no, the flying witch at the beginning is cool. I think the representation of the witch through the house was pretty awesome. She was kind of like
the ghost
had,
host.
The black leather craziness going on. She was like a pretty intense witch, wicked witch.
I'll get you, my pretty.
Yeah, she looked a lot like. Yeah, she looked a lot like a grosser version of the one from the Great Movie Ride.
Exactly.
And the facade is pretty amazing. I don't think anybody expected this facade.
Castle.
Yeah.
Which is fitting because all these stories, like fairy tales, they all really have a castle, and then you basically are jumping from scene to scene, like hopping through different kind of, fairy tales. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. She's stabbing Mama Bear, and Baby Bear's watching. She's stabbing his mother. And then Humpty Dumpty. Oh, and then the guy.
Okay, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. Okay.
It was just one tiny little scene, but it with one.
There's
actor.
a man covered in egg white. That's all I'm going to say.
It was so cool.
I think he's going to get a reputation by the end of the event.
Probably.
Oh boy.
Oh, it was just a fun house.
But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. It's always fun to see fairy tales and stuff.
There's a lot of cool. There's a lot of cool smells in this house too. I think.
Yeah.
You get the gingerbread.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of this. I know I said there's a lot now. Now I'm struggling to think of the other ones.
Well, it reminded me of the 25 Years house in that way. It's each room had a distinct smell.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, and this was also the house. So I said there was a tiger or a
No,
lion.
It
was a lion.
Yeah, he had a big mane.
Oh, okay, yeah, and that was
Scary.
actually one of the 2 bears from the 25 years area, because they had the one bear that was on the
eating?
ground eating somebody, and that was.
I guess that would make sense. That's supposed to be maybe like the Cowardly Lion in a different form or something like that.
Yeah.
Since
Oh, I
it's
didn't think
supposed
about
to
that.
be Scary
Duh.
tales.
Yeah.
And then our
So-
best friend, Mr. HHN Bear, came to say hi to
It's
us
right
at the end.
right
Like,
at
hey
the end.
guys,
Yeah.
I'm back. I'm back.
I really love this house. Like from the beginning. I mean, it just kicks it right off from the beginning. You have the big facade. The freaking Wicked Witch is flying at you. Feels like you're about to take your head off. I ducked a few times, even though I'm pretty sure they made sure that she's not going to kick anybody in the head.
Right.
But
She gets close.
the sets are. This is a good house for me because I'm more of like a claustrophobic set guy, and I think that there's a lot of claustrophobic sets in this house, right?
Yeah.
So everything feels really close to you, so it amps up that scare aspect. I didn't think that the sets would be as good, or it would be as it's on the scarier side.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
For a kind of a fairy tale house. So.
Gory, interesting, claustrophobic, exciting.
This was
awesome.
also the house that had the. It was another guy that was up higher. I forget what kind of character it was, but they were like dancing around a little bit, like moving around, and then they would just fall forward.
Wasn't that in the? No, that was in the.
That was in Carnival Graveyard.
Yeah, Carnival.
Oh,
Graveyard.
was that? Oh, that okay.
Yeah,
I was trying to
the
remember
clown
where that
guy.
was from.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
falls.
let's go back and talk about that real quick because that was awesome.
I think that there might be another aerial stunt. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Get back with you on that.
There's a bungee. There's a witch on a bungee in the Scary Tales, like the Hollow Scream kind of bungee. It's in a like a mirror. It looks like a mirror that has like broken glass in there.
Oh.
And she's way back in the shadows. So if you don't get the scare, you don't see her at all.
Oh, I missed it.
But if you do get the scare, she's back there and she bungees out right up to the surface there and then shoots back again.
Oh wow.
Interesting. I'm gonna look out for that tonight because I think I might have missed that one too.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool.
That was a really cool effect. So like a lot of cool aerial bungee stuff and things like that. And overall, definitely solid house again this year. Definitely recommend.
Top
it.
house. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's top 3 house for me right now.
All right, now let's go back up to. A lot of people's most anticipated. I thought it was going to be okay. It's Stranger Things.
Oh, that's.
Here we go. I think the sets are amazing.
Yeah.
I thought it was really cool that they actually got actors that looked somewhat like the kids to play.
They
the
look a lot
kids
more
and-
like them than I thought they would.
Yeah, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the deal. I don't think they're actually got children working there for Horror Nights,
No.
but they look like them. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
That it's just that part spot on. The Castle Byers set was amazing. Seeing that in person, being out in the woods with them.
Yeah, it's the little representation of the show, and it's. I've had some time to think about it. I wasn't happy with it. This is actually a disappointment house for me.
Oh.
And I know, and
Hot
I'm
take.
usually
Hot
like,
take.
I know, no, I not disappointment, but I don't know, like
You
this,
built it up too much in your head.
I
Probably,
built it
didn't
up
you?
too much. Scenes that were shown, I just felt like were more important than they were shown. Like the part with 11 when she's killing the Demogorgon at the end was such a powerful scene, and you just kind of walk past the little classroom there through a window. You see them.
Yeah. I think that there's
don't
good
know.
scenes in this house. There's definitely scenes that could have been done better. Like
Yeah.
I'm not a super fan of Stranger Things. Like I think it's okay, but my first run through was not good at all. Like I missed characters. We waited hour and a half and stay in Scream. I think I definitely had a much better run in the second run of the house.
Yeah,
I
with us.
still. I think I might have it in my top 5, but I think that's pretty much just for the sets alone, just because they were so good. They were so, close to actually putting you in that element. I thought the actual face characters in there were a lot better than I thought that they would be.
Yeah.
The
The upside down sets were really cool, like the arcade and all that.
And the lab was insane.
Yeah, I think that the only thing that they need to do differently in the lab is maybe amp up the upside down like snope that they have, like the particles floating in the air, because very sparse. I think that would throw me in that element a lot more if they just cranked that thing up, and it can't be that hard to do. I mean,
it was cool to see though. They did a pretty good job of it, but we need more of it.
I love the upside down, like the bodysuits that they have on with the helmets with the lights inside.
Yeah. Those were cool.
Facial features very good, and then the hopper coming out and telling you, go get out of here. And I thought that whole lab scene is probably my favorite scene in the house.
Yeah, and that's I'll say this is one time when the recorded voices and stuff were cool, because in the upside down they did the thing where they it's
kind
cool
of echo it out.
Yeah, you echo it but in reverse. So
right.
It's like, what are you doing? Yeah, it's like got that like kind of lead into everything they're saying.
Sound,
it's so cool. I love that effect. So
absolutely.
It was really nice to see that, and I always bash on them for having the audio cues and everything in all the houses, and the characters aren't actually allowed to talk and improvise. But in that
think that's something that's not something you can do live. But I think that this house overall is like a mid-range house for me right now. Mm-hmm. This one may be one that could move up too. I don't know what elements would bump it up, but I don't know. I mean,
true,
I
because
still
it seems
think
like it was running at like operationally like at 100%. I think that was when they put a lot of work in ahead of time to make sure they were doing everything right.
I still think that there's a little bit stuff to be desired in the house. Scares for one. I think that maybe they could have chose a couple of scenes differently and done them better. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we don't know restrictions on. Netflix could have told them you can only do this scene, this scene, this scene, and this scene. We don't know the restrictions on the house,
exactly.
So I'm not going to fault them for that. But
corporate gets their hands in big time on those houses. That's the main house. This is a test with Netflix.
Exactly. And we saw that with the wait times too. Yeah, ridiculous. So I think thumbs up. They did it. They did a good job with what they could do with the material that they were given or allowed to do.
Yeah. So I think so. All right, and we're on to the last house, and I think, it was my favorite.
MVP.
MVP for you?
It's not my favorite.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought it was going to be...
Scary Tale's my favorite maybe right now. I don't know.
All right, well, we're going to talk about Slaughter Cinema.
Yay!
Which was my most anticipated house, and then they turned out to be the best house.
Lived up to the hype.
You just knew going into this one, like, you've got people like Mike Aiello working there that love those B horror movies, the bad ones that are so bad that they're good, that kind of thing, and just that like grindhouse, like awesome. It's basically you're walking through a series of trailers, more like, because you weren't walking through the whole movie, because each room was like one scene per per movie. Basically.
It was the best way I could put it is you were walking, you would see the poster, and then you would almost walk through like a 15-20 second snippet of the trailer, which is what I would say. And this house is obviously it's my favorite house, so I found it's pretty cool that you really liked it too, Darren.
Yay.
I think that this house is just a lot of fun. It's got a lot of fun. It's very high energy, but it's also like funny at the same time. It's like a humor house.
Yeah.
So I think that combined, and then you get the little trailers outside, and then the first time I've ever seen this, they have a fog machine outside that's actually had like a popcorn smell to it. So I thought that was much. I don't know. I think I like this one because it's like you're almost going through like 8. There's like there's like 6 to 8 scenes, something like that. I haven't really counted them. So you're almost going through like 6 to 8 small different houses. So
more than they teased actually, like more than they teased and more than they put in the little trailers and stuff.
I think it only put like 3 in the
And I thought that sounded pretty reasonable for like the number of things you could jam into like a like a really small house back there. But
yeah, and we didn't say it, but this is a tent house. So as much as they can get in this house, it's pretty crazy how they got all this stuff in a tent house.
You'll never know. Once you walk in the doors, you'll have no idea. It's so crazy.
And the other cool thing about this house is, I think that maybe earlier on they might have done this, but this is the first time in recent years that I've seen them actually do a scare right when you come in the house. You never really see that. That's usually just used as a pathway to get you in the house. But this is they actually put a pretty cool, funny little scare in the front of the house right as you go in. And I think that's cool because most people don't expect that, because they're like going on what I was saying there. If you've been going to horror nights for the past few years, they don't ever scare you in there, so it's unexpected.
Yeah, definitely. And even the most off scenes that they have, like Cult of the Beast Baby, I'm gonna call it out. Even that scene, is really cool. I thought how they did it, even though it's
simple?
Like probably like the smallest. Yeah, exactly. Like
it's
a really simple idea.
But
it is a baby doll, plastic baby doll in a little cage.
So cheesy and campy. It's so it's so B movie.
In a room of mirrors,
and its eyes glow red, and then but it's like when the lights change in that room, it's awesome. It's really cool. So even
they have
that
all
one
the
is
cloaked figures in there. It's like don't fully understand what's going on. Like that one is definitely, I think, probably my least favorite scene, because I thought it was going to be a good scene. I thought there was going to be. I thought this thing was going to be like
like Dollhouse of the Damned figures in there.
8 foot tall, and you go in there and the thing is small.
That's like kind of I think that's part of the joke. It's like the Beast Baby, and it's this like little tiny baby.
It's like this. Yeah, it's the same size as a regular baby, just a little bit more demon looking.
Yeah, and its eyes glow red. It's like the rabbit in Monty Python.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. So, just a really solid house all the way through. The comedy shines. This is where the art team got all their credits in. So this house, as you're walking through, you look at the names on the posters. You're looking at the credits for Horror Nights, basically.
Yep.
They always get in somewhere every year, and it's just awesome.
It's fun. Yeah, it's fun to see all the little Easter eggs, and there's also, like, if you're looking at the actual posters, there's like Jack Schmidt, but for some reason it's spelt wrong. For some reason, I don't know why it's like that. And then there's like plays on actors like Drew Barrymore and stuff like that. They just like change their names a little bit. Yeah. So I thought this house is just fun. Do you guys have a favorite scene in this house?
Oh man. It's I think it's hard for me to pick out one individual scene from it. Partially from rushing, and then partially because it's just so awesome.
Yeah. I think my favorite scene right now is probably the arcade. I'm not going to say the name of it because I don't know. Lee would probably have to bleep it out, even though the way that they say it is it's supposed to be somebody's name. But the blank kids in the arcade, do you remember that scene?
Oh,
going through it almost looks like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh my god, yes! I don't know why we didn't even remember this. That is my favorite. Okay, it took me a second.
Yes. Oh god, the kids attack
that one.
The kids attacking the guy in the suit.
Like a light bulb turn on.
Oh, he looked terrified. Oh my god, yes, definitely.
Yes, it's a Chuck E. Cheese, and all the kids revolt, and they just
800% the best scene.
Oh yes. Am I able to ruin it? Okay, the guy on the stage. Oh my god.
The name is even funnier too. I want to say it.
What is it? I can't remember.
Hey, if Horror Nights will say it, we can say it.
It's Shitty Kids, but it's spelled like SCHITTE. Like it's like their name or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's even funnier when you see the name too.
We'll say
that.
All right, we said it enough times.
Sorry, I'm scratching my eyes.
I love that scene. I think that's probably my favorite scene, and then the next favorite would probably be the Amazon cannibals, the Amazon women cannibals from hell, and then the Swamp Yeti at the end is a good way to end in the house.
The Swamp Yeti. There's so many cool things. The barber scene was unexpected and pretty neat too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then the midnight snack too.
Oh
the critters, and then you go around the corners, the big guy.
Yeah.
It's you, the big mama or the daddy.
Yeah. So many good things, man. It's like all of Horror Nights is in this house.
I know, and the more you think about it, the more you remember. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh, it's so good. This is one I'd definitely like to see a lights on tour of. This and actually, Carnival Graveyard. Even though it wasn't the most effective house for me, I'd love to see it
with lights.
I think it would be cool.
All those little details.
Yeah, I think that one would be really cool to see a lights on tour because you get to see all the Easter eggs. Because apparently there's a lot of stuff in there that you can't really even see. So, the other thing about Carnival Graveyard that I wanted to bring up. Did anybody else? Do you guys remember them saying that you were gonna be able to see scenes from different points of the house, like maybe across, or there was gonna be a separate, different path that you could take?
Yes.
And then
it was gonna at some point. I remember them saying it was gonna split off into at least two different ways and come back together.
But did you guys remember the part where you're going through the scene with the lights above and it was kind of sparking and there was a truck off to your right hand side?
Yes.
Did anybody else notice that it looked like there was a path that wrapped around the truck that you might have been able to go to differently?
Yeah, you pointed out to me when we went through. So yeah, it did definitely look like that's where the split off was, either where you came back or where you started.
I guess they figured that nobody could get through the Tomb of the Ancients one, even though it was just a circle. So
exactly.
They're not. If they can't get through this, they're definitely not going to be able to get through this. It's probably just going to slow down traffic. It sounds good on paper, but once you actually logistically put it in, it doesn't always work. So I don't fault them for that, but it kind of. I think there was some elements of this house that were promised or kind of teased that didn't definitely deliver, because I had Carnival Graveyard as my number one house.
Oh yeah.
So, but it's kind of fallen for me. So
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I mean that's.
But all in all,
that's houses, right?
Yeah. So let's just kind of go around the horn real quick. This is the end of the show. So let's give you your final thoughts real quick about Horror Nights. Well, Nina and I's final thoughts. Travis his will evolve over the
jelly.
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. The expectation of every year to be as good as 25. It's stressful. I really enjoyed the night we had there. It's the first time we've ever done just one night, and I don't like it. I'm not happy that I don't get to see more of it. But with what we've seen, I think it was a solid, a good year. Great sets, creativity. 10 houses is a lot. It's a lot to do in one night. It was a jam-packed house. I mean, year, not enough scares and not enough scare actors. Okay. That's the only really thing I want to say negative about it. Overall, every year is just a fantastic year. It's not as cohesive as 25. I really expected more music and, and more 80s feel around the park. I didn't really get that, but I enjoyed it.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
solid year.
Definitely. Again, I'll say about the same thing. It's solid. I think that despite Mike Aiello saying on Twitter that they are not going in a family-friendly direction with Horror Nights, I feel like it's a lot more family-friendly than it was last year, and certainly a lot more family-friendly than it was the year before that. You've got multiple houses this year. Stranger Things, Poltergeist. Carnival Graveyard had a little bit. What else am I thinking of? Seeds of Extinction. It had zero gore in it.
Trick or Treat.
Trick or Treat had a little bit. They had the heads and they have a little bit. I'll give them that. But there were a lot of houses this year that had zero gore in it, and that's okay. Horror doesn't mean gore necessarily all the time.
That could also be a product of the 80s. Because if you look at some of the horror movies from the 80s, they're not necessarily gory. So I mean, it could definitely be a product of it. But I mean, they could also be going family friendly. I don't really see why they would do that, but.
Because they can broaden the demographic that they're bringing in, and they know that with a show like Stranger Things on Netflix that it literally focuses on a set of kids. There's a lot of younger people that watch the show and everything,
Right.
So yeah, I do think they edged the event now more towards that. I think they are trying to get away from the grittiness of previous years. I think 25 really like brought back that grit for a little bit, and it's just making us miss it even more.
I think the next time we'll maybe see that, and it'll be a relived type of thing that will live up to everybody that loved 25 as much as it did. I think the next one will be 30. You know, because I have a feeling that we're gonna get like super crazy icon showdown or something. It's just gonna be like an all-out brawl, which would be cool for me. You know, they definitely have to bring back Jack. Most definitely has to be back for 30. That's almost a no-brainer.
Yeah, but with other events like Howl-O-Scream, like going more intense and more extreme with stuff. They actually have a house this year at Howl-O-Scream that's like 17 and up, recommended, highly recommended. It's just, I think it stinks a little bit that, you know, they're kind of going the other way with it. And I think a lot of the props that they're using too are like really like plasticky looking, and they kind of getting away from like the realism and gore and like the realistic flesh, like that pumpkin girl. For example, I'll take that for example. That's a fiberglass setup, so it has this like shine to it to let you know that, okay, guys, this isn't real. You know what I mean? Like they're.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It doesn't have like the unpolished, like gritty.
Yeah.
Style look to it.
Yeah, and it's not a terrible thing, but it is what it is. And I also will say that because of how jam-packed the event is this year, one night's not enough. And even with Express, you can get through it. Yeah, we did, but we had to watch videos afterwards to like kind of remember and jog our memories about the houses and stuff like that, because we just go through everything so fast. So if you have multiple nights, do it.
Definitely. Strongly recommended. And also, we didn't get to try all our food. We got some pizza fries.
Yeah, the special waffle thing from Stranger Things wasn't there.
Couldn't find it. It's probably somewhere, but we were just...
No, it wasn't anywhere. People talked about it. It wasn't anywhere.
No.
They had the waffle on a stick thing that I heard was okay. Slightly.
I didn't see that like ice cream waffle pocket thing either.
No, that was in like Luigi's or something though, wasn't it? Like,
was it?
Yeah, we didn't go in there. Man, I totally forgot about that, man.
I didn't really check.
No, Travis, go get
one tonight. Tell us.
I'll send you one.
Yeah, man.
I'll have an Uber driver bring it to you.
Yeah. So
pizza fries.
Yeah.
The I forgot what I was gonna say now. Go ahead. I forgot.
Well, actually, I was gonna ask for your temporary final thoughts here.
Well, I think so far, I think that I'm just from like what I got from you on when you came here on Saturday. I think I'm a little bit more positive on the event right now than you were. I think the houses were a little bit better. I think I enjoyed them a little more than you did. I don't know if it was maybe if you had another run at it, if it would be better. Because there were some certain circumstances, you get poked by and maybe not feeling so great, not eating early on and drinking a little bit too much beforehand. That affected maybe your mood or whatnot. But I mean, overall, I think it's one of the more solid years. I think this and 25 are pretty close. I think houses wise. For me personally, I think that the houses are better this year. Maybe they could have. The 80s thing is still kind of up in the air for me because I don't really get like a totally 80s vibe from it.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest gripes I would have right now because they posted this as like being the 80s thing, and I don't think I think the merch. They should have done a little bit more 80s vibes with totally. The music. I thought the soundtrack was going to be really good being 80s, and to me it's just kind of basic. Like it's not even like that 80s to me. It's more like I don't know. It's more of like electronic kind of some of the vibes to some of the songs. Yeah. I guess maybe if you go on Vamp 85, there will be hair metal 80s and stuff like that.
A lot more hair metal than I expected. I expected a lot more like pop like 80s pop kind of stuff.
Yeah, you think like The Cure, or you're thinking of that kind of like dancey 80s poppy type of stuff.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm super impressed with it. I think that there's still improvements that need to be made, but I think right out of the gate they impressed me with it. I'm really impressed with all of the houses, even the ones that I don't really like are okay. So yeah. I don't know. It's hard to put everything. It's kind of like just our early. I mean, it's probably even harder for you guys to get your thoughts together because you only had one night. I had 3 nights, but there's still a lot of horror nights to be had. It's just beginning, so I'm sure all of this will change. They'll figure all of it out like they always do. First weekend is always kind of a little bit rough, but I think the gate they're doing pretty well. So I'm happy with it.
Good deal. All right, that's going to do it for this show. The next one, I think we'll probably do a Hollow Scream review. I think we're going to put one of those out, maybe Hollow Scream and another local haunt if we can, possibly what we do over in California as well. We'll figure out the schedule and let you know as soon as we do, because we're just in the middle of the event trying to get that done. So
haunt scene is always hectic.
Yeah,
haunt season's always hectic, especially with trips and stuff coming up. But we'll try to get content out as quickly as we can for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, join us on the Dead Man's Digest Facebook page. We are always talking in there. People are posting a lot of videos and stuff from their trips, pictures and whatnot. So definitely come in, join us, tell us about your top houses, what you thought about them, what you thought about what we thought about them. Let the conversation continue, because we'll definitely come back and do like a recap show for this, but most of the conversation now for Horror Nights is going to happen in there. So definitely join us and check it out. And until the next show, this has been the Dead Man's Digest.